All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she be down the ride, oh, I bet that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is J.H. How y'all doing, postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling irie today? I'm not. Let me be clear. We just got the APWU's tentative agreement, and the deal they just announced is interesting. And before you go jumping for joy and screaming sell out, let me break it down for every single craft so you get to know what's really popping. You zimming, PSC, PTF, career clerks, MVS drivers, maintenance techs. This affects you. We're going to talk about the main thing, which we always worry about. It's the shmoney. Yeah, I'm animated. Yes, I'm not home right now. I told y'all I got to do things. I still got to bring it to you. General wage increases. We talking about that shmoney, baby. Nothing. We got worse than the goddamn carriers did. 1.3% to 2024, 1.3% to 2025, and let me give you the good news about 2026. There ain't none. 1.3% in 2026. 1.3%. We was messing around talking shit about the carriers. Look, everybody's getting it. It's not great, but it's guaranteed. Here it is. Number 2. The COLAs stay uncapped. The cost of living adjustments, they're still coming twice a year with no cap. That's the one thing that we have that the carriers can't say they have. That's a huge deal, especially with inflation. I mean, it ain't pigeon scratch, and especially because we don't know what's really popping. But we're going to get into that in a second. There is a no layoff clause. It's not new. It's always been there. They kept the no layoff clause for career workers with 6+ years of service. That's job security, plain and simple, basically. Especially with this talk about right sizing the workforce and consolidations. That's what it is. We still need that protection. What about the people that are less than 6 years? Sorry to be you. No, that's fucked up, Jay. I know it is fucked up. But listen, it is what it is. Damn, Jay, you just like that? Listen, I'm reporting with what they just reached it. Better conversion pathways for PSEs. More automatic conversions when PSE caps are exceeded. They have, we've been talking about this for a while, what they call, what's the word? Y'all know what it is. I can't think of it right at the moment. Still, I'll get it in a second. But the language that they put in there, it makes it more predictable path to career. My mind is frozen. I can't think of the word. It's going to come up somewhere in the video. Yeah. Complement. That's the word. Once they fill their complement, people are automatically going to be converted. So if they hire more, they have to have a specific complement. You don't know what I'm talking about? Ask somebody around you. Good thing, PSEs, more pay. They get multiple pay jumps that are built into this contract. No more staying stuck at the bottom of the tier for 2 years. It's not equal, but it's better than what it was before. Okay? They said that there's also better work hours guaranteed for PTFs. That would be the truck drivers. And some stations actually have PTF clerks. Not many, but they do. So yeah, the part-time flexibles finally get more predictability. They have minimum hours. Before, I believe it was 4. I'm not sure that they get a bigger bump. It might be just 6, but they have stronger schedule rulings. So they say, oh, you can only work, a maximum of 24 or minimum of 24. It might be up to 32. We don't know that yet. And it's less abuse, basically. They did not touch health insurance, retirement, go figure, annual and sick leave, go figure, overtime rights. So you know that we just had a full video about the OTDL list for the carriers. We ain't got that kind of luck. Now, I'm not here to influence anybody. I'm just telling you what I've read. There's stronger anti-harassment and due process language, which means nothing, honestly, in my opinion. The union pushed for better protections when it comes down to discipline and abuse from supervisors. Fuck them supervisors. You already know. And to the supervisors that know me, fuck you too. I'm just kidding. Sometimes. But the union has to do their part. They still got to grieve it. And yeah, but the wording is stronger than it was before. Wording means nothing if you don't have a strong union to back it up. This is where Diamondstein needs to really just say, look, man, y'all gotta change the culture. Okay, so here goes the cons that I'm getting. All right, I gave you what they have and the cons to it. Obviously, the wage increases are too low. 1.3% over 3 years is a joke. It's not keeping up with the rent, the groceries, the gas, the cost of living. It's a joke. The COLAs help, but it's not the raise that I think we needed. I think MVS deserves a bigger bump. I think the maintenance people deserve a bigger bump. I know I said that the carriers did it one time as well. But we're not talking about the carriers. Y'all got your union. You know, we're talking about us. We're talking about us. We're talking about the people that came in there with a trade. What about the clerks? Y'all ain't coming in with no trade. Stop it. All right. The PSEs still get treated like second-class citizens. It is what it is. They get little more pay and a better path to conversion, but they still don't get full benefits like PTFs. They still have different rules. I don't know how many people know that they can split shift PSEs at stations. They have them coming for 3 hours in the morning and 5 hours in the evening. Totally, they have like a 4-hour break in between. They get no life. Some stations are still like that. They kind of weeded those out. And it's still at a second tier. So there's no real good with that. We really need to end this 2-tier pay system. The contract did not fight for that. I'm disappointed, Mr. Diamondstein. And there's no real major wins when it comes down to staffing. I understand why, but it doesn't even sound like they even attempted to force more people, because they're always talking about it. Literally for the last 3-4 years, we're short-staffed. But there's nothing in the language that says we need more staff. It doesn't deal with the USPS and them needing to staff it properly. There's no language requiring a minimum number of clerks on the window. Side note, I personally think, and I was talking today, that the whole, what's the word? Where customer service is going out the window. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but when's the last time you went to a Dunkin' Donuts and you didn't have to punch in on a kiosk your own stuff? You go to Walmart, you scan your own stuff. You go to Burger King and McDonald's, you punch all your stuff in on a screen. They are actively trying to get rid of the customer service aspect. It is what it is. And they have the new post offices of the future where they have like one clerk there, maybe to go in the back and go grab whatever it is a customer request. I know there are people that have been there for a while. Oh, they love us. They love us. Remember, the older people, only 25% of us left. Clerk craft at the stations, almost a dying craft. People would rather deal with a computer than have to deal with. Anyway, the harassment language sounds good, but it doesn't sound like they actually are going to enforce it. They always talk about hostile work environments, but where's the real meat and bones behind it? You know what I'm saying? There's no penalty for abusive supervisors. It still puts the burden back on the union to fight and file grievances, but that's a two-edged sword, because if you really don't have a good union or a good shop steward, then there's people that are just sitting there in limbo. I'm talking to a gentleman that's in maintenance somewhere USA, and the union totally just left him for the trash. I mean, he really doesn't want to be known who he is, but totally disgusted at what this man had to encounter. And the only reason he's encountering it is because He used to, let me watch what I'm saying, but he has filed grievances himself, and it just puts a target on his back. Management don't like it, and now he has to deal with the repercussions. Grown people don't need to deal with the repercussions of bad management, and if they have to, they should have some type of union protection to be there. And when the person's wrong, say, hey man, you wrong, Scott. You wrong, Jerry. You wrong, Tina. But if they're right, they say, hey, look, man, Jerry, I got your back. Hey, Scott, I got your back. Hey, Tina, I got your back. But they don't do that anymore. Dynasty, you gotta get you gotta fix your army. You gotta fix your army. You the coach. Can't be a leader if you ain't coaching the team, dog. But you see what happens with a lot of the managers. They still keep their job. And if the union fights, they just get moved to another station. That's not changing. That's shifting the culture. Well, if culture sucks here, let's shift the culture, this shitty culture over to another spot. Fucked up. No healthcare improvements. If we're not getting a substantial raise, but we're still paying more out of pocket, did you really gain any money? Did you really gain any money? And for those that are in the union, that are sitting there, they're pulling out of the union, I don't suggest it. If you do, go for it. But you still got to pay union dues. So between your union dues and then still having to pay for your health care, that 1.3% means nothing. That means you got equal or less. Check. That's it. Because when you get more money, you got to pay more to union dues. Bet you didn't know that. Think about it. They didn't fight for better. They just protected what the status quo was. Now, you don't think I know what the status quo is? I am going to screenshot something for you. And I'll probably put it up right here. Again, I'm pointing because I like to make sure that I know in the video where I need to put it. 2022. If you hear me talking 2022, I text myself, look at the date. What did I say the increases were going to be? Look for yourself. I make sure that I text myself and I keep myself up to speed. 1.3%. This is copy and fucking paste. Yes, it's what it is. Let's call it what it is. The same number from previous contracts. The no layoff clause, we've always had it. The COLA, we already had it. The language around continued efforts to address issues is very vague. It doesn't say what issues they're trying to address. It's recycled. It's played out. And one of y'all need to go and show this to Diamond's team. You see, look, my phone shows you from 2022 what I put down. 1.3. I didn't make this up. I'm not a soothsayer. For them that don't know, look that up. I'm not a fortune teller. That's what you did back then. You did nothing for us. I'm not here to influence anybody though. Clerks, no enforceable staffing ratios for retail counters. Function 4. MVS, no major push to insource contracted work or upgrade outdated equipment. That means there is nothing in the contract for MVS that says, hey, bring all of our work back. They are doing it, but there's nothing in the language that says we need to. Maintenance, no firm language about staffing levels or access to tools. They are bringing in more maintenance people. I'm not saying that they're not doing it. What I'm saying is not in the contract. USPS has to deal with the contract, what's in writing. The PSEs and the PTFs, they're still stuck in limbo, playing second string, second fiddle. They get to pop them around. But what we need is tailored language that targets each of our crafts, not this copy and paste shit. All right? If Renfro set the bar, we need to push him away from the bar because he done took too many down to the head. Listen, my final thoughts. This contract is just plain maintenance. It's the same exact thing. It protects what we have, but it gives just a little bit more to non-career workers, but it does not move the needle the way we need it, especially in the times and the day that we got coming. We got something coming July 1st, and I'm not too sure what it is. There's nothing that's game changer, no major shift in power. There's no new bold predictions, no protections. But listen, the union democracy means your vote counts. You heard what I said? Your vote counts. Your vote counts. You watched me for almost 5 to 6 months talk about NALC. And I told them that their voice counted. And then they ended up in arbitration. And then Renfro still shoved that contract down their face. Diamondstein, I'm praying you don't do the same thing. Everybody's like, oh, our vote didn't pass because of that guy JH. Shut the f up, man. I am not even in your craft. Your vote didn't pass because people saw it for what it was. It was bullshit. That tentative agreement was bullshit for the carriers. The carriers is out there dying. Up until 2-3 days ago, people dying. Carrier dies in his mother. Bruh, the carrier died. 2 hours later, they found him. 2 hours it took management to realize that his scanner was still stuck on 0. You think these people care about you? We're just numbers in a rotating cycle. I'm not here to talk no shit. I'm here to give you the shit. You can go check out on APWU.org. Tentative agreement reached. Diamondstein, I had more faith in you, big dog. But that's lazy work, in my opinion. But who am I? Who am I? I'm just some guy. I mean nothing. Except for the fact that I'm the voice of the voiceless. Let's talk, big dog. I'm out.
All I hear is talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect